History has finally been written, and this time, the entire tennis world is talking about the Philippines. After years of promise, relentless hard work, and countless sacrifices, 21-year-old Alexandra Eala has achieved what no Filipino player has ever done before. In a dramatic, rain-delayed final filled with pressure, momentum swings, and unforgettable emotion, Eala fought back to defeat world number 3 Jessica Pegula, capturing her first WTA Tour singles title at the WTA 500 Mubadala DC Open in Washington, D.C., with a stunning 4-6, 6-4, 6-0 comeback. The victory also makes her the first player from the Philippines to win a WTA Tour-level singles title. But this story goes far beyond one championship trophy. It is the story of a young athlete carrying the hopes of an entire nation, refusing to let a rain delay, a one-set deficit, or one of the world's best players stand in her way. Every point she won seemed to energize the crowd, with chants of the Filipino star growing louder as the match unfolded. By the final set, the atmosphere had completely shifted, and Eala looked every bit like a future superstar. Community reactions online echoed that feeling, praising both her composure and the electric support she received in Washington. However, the most remarkable part of this victory wasn't just the final score. It was how Alexandra Eala transformed adversity into confidence, turning one of the toughest moments of her young career into the biggest breakthrough yet. So, what exactly changed after the overnight suspension? And how did Eala completely overwhelm one of the WTA Tour's most consistent champions? The championship match began exactly as many expected, with Jessica Pegula showing why she entered the tournament as the top seed. From the opening games, Pegula relied on her trademark consistency, taking the ball early and forcing Eala into long baseline rallies. Her precise ground strokes and smart court positioning made it difficult for the young Filipina to settle into her aggressive rhythm. Whenever Eala looked ready to attack, Pegula responded with depth and accuracy, eventually securing the opening set 6-4. It was a strong statement from one of the tour's most experienced hardcourt competitors. Then, just as the final was building momentum, nature stepped in. Persistent rain forced play to be suspended overnight, creating an unusual break in the championship. Instead of finishing in one continuous battle, both players had to leave the court, reset mentally, and return the following day to complete the biggest match of the tournament. Moments like these can completely change a final. The physical challenge is one thing, but maintaining focus after an unexpected interruption is often even harder. When play resumed, Pegula appeared ready to finish the job. Holding a one-set advantage, she continued to apply pressure and eventually moved ahead for the 3 in the second set. At that moment, the momentum still belonged to the American. One loose service game from Eala could have brought the championship within Pegula's reach. But champions are often defined by what they do when the pressure is greatest. Instead of waiting for mistakes, Eala became the aggressor. She began stepping inside the baseline, striking deeper cross-court forehands, redirecting pace with confidence, and attacking every short ball she could find. Her shot selection became more decisive, while her movement around the court looked freer than it had all match. That tactical adjustment changed everything. From a 3-4 deficit, Eala reeled off 3 straight games to capture the second set 6-4, leveling the final and completely shifting the emotional energy inside the stadium. With every winner and every fearless rally, the crowd grew louder. Support for Filipina became impossible to ignore, and the atmosphere increasingly felt like it was fueling her remarkable comeback. Yet the biggest surprise was still waiting. The deciding set would produce one of the most dominant stretches of tennis of Eala's career and leave the tennis world in complete disbelief. If the second set shifted the momentum, the third set erased every remaining doubt. Alexandra Eala walked onto the court with a completely different level of confidence. The hesitation that had appeared early in the match was gone. Every swing carried conviction. Every movement looked sharper, and every point reflected a player who truly believed the title was within reach. Pegula, meanwhile, suddenly found herself under relentless pressure. Eala attacked with remarkable discipline, rather than going for low-percentage winners. She built each rally with patience before striking at exactly the right moment. Her forehand repeatedly pushed Pegula deep behind the baseline, while her backhand changed direction with precision, forcing the American to defend instead of dictate. One of the biggest differences was Eala's return game. She consistently made Pegula play one extra shot, extending rallies just long enough to draw errors or create openings. Instead of reacting to Pegula's pace, Eala was now controlling it. Every successful return added another layer of pressure, and gradually the world number 3 began struggling to find answers. Then came one of the most talked-about moments of the final. During the emotional intensity of the deciding set, television cameras captured what appeared to be Eala briefly calling out for her mother. Because there is no official WTA transcript confirming exactly what was said, it should be viewed as a fan-observed moment rather than a verified quote. What mattered most was what happened immediately afterward. Eala quickly regained her composure, returned to baseline, and continued play with complete focus. That response revealed something just as important as her shot-making. Champions don't eliminate emotion, they learn how to channel it. Eala appeared to transform the pressure of the occasion into motivation, using every challenge as fuel rather than allowing it to become a distraction. The final set soon became one-way traffic. According to the official WTA match report, Eala surrendered only 8 points throughout the entire third set as she completed a stunning 6-0 finish against one of the tour's most consistent players. That level of dominance was extraordinary and highlighted just how dramatically the momentum had shifted. But while lifting the trophy marked the end of one incredible week, it may have been the beginning of something even bigger for Alexandra Eala, for Philippine tennis, and for the future of the sport in Asia. When Alexandra Eala dropped the court after championship point, it wasn't just a celebration of one incredible match. It was the realization of a dream years in the making. In the trophy ceremony, Eala thanked her supporters, giving special recognition to the Filipino community in Washington, D.C., whose energy echoed throughout the stadium during the final. Their unwavering support became one of the unforgettable images of the tournament, as chants for the young Filipina grew louder with every passing game. For many fans watching around the world, it felt like a defining moment, not only for Eala, but for Philippine tennis itself. This victory also sends a powerful message to the rest of the WTA Tour. Eala is no longer simply a promising young talent, or a player capable of upsetting higher-ranked opponents. Winning a WTA 500 title against one of the world's elite players proves she can compete deep into major tournaments and handle the pressure that comes with championship tennis. While every event presents new challenges, this breakthrough gives her invaluable confidence heading into the next stage of her career. Perhaps the most inspiring part of Eala's journey is that her success has never come overnight. It has been built through years of training, difficult defeats, constant adjustments, and a determination to keep improving. Those experiences were all on display in Washington, where she recovered from losing the first set, handled an overnight rain suspension, and returned with the composure of a seasoned champion. Moments like these often become turning points in an athlete's career. The tennis world will now watch closely to see how Eala builds on this historic achievement. Expectations will certainly grow, tougher opponents will study her game more carefully, and every tournament will bring fresh pressure. But if this remarkable week proved anything, it's that Alexandra Eala has a resilience, belief, and competitive spirit to embrace those challenges rather than fear them. For the Philippines, this title is more than another trophy to celebrate. It is a landmark achievement that could inspire a new generation of young players to dream bigger than ever before. Seeing one of their own lift a WTA 500 trophy on one of the sport's biggest stages reminds aspiring athletes that world-class success is possible with dedication, patience, and courage. History has been made, but this story feels far from over. If Alexandra Eala continues on this path, the Mubadala DC Open may one day be remembered not as the peak of her career, but as the moment a global tennis star truly announced herself to the world. And if this unforgettable championship is any indication, the best chapters of Alexandra Eala's journey are still waiting to be written.